Welcome to another edition of Watch More Sports. I'm your host, Abdul Hakim. Excuse me. First of all, I would like to say that I had took some time off due to personal reasons, but I'm back, and hopefully we all have enjoyed the exciting early part of the National Football League, the football season. Just a quick recap of Thursday night's game against the Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. The Packers won the game. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdown passes, and the Chicago Bears had 2 early turnovers. We know that ended in a loss. Green Bay Packers routed the Chicago Bears in Lambeau Field. Moving along to Sunday's game versus the Saints versus the Dolphins. The Saints have a 60% chance to win this game, and the Dolphins have a 40% chance to win this game. This game will be played in London at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and I believe Fox Network will be showing this game. Just a quick few players I want people to watch for fantasy reasons and who I think will have an impact on this game. First of all, for the Saints, Drew Brees. He always have an impact on the game. The man threw for 5,000 yards a year ago, and it seems to be on pace for that this year because they have a running back by committee. Adrian Peterson and also Michael Thomas out of the University of Ohio State. Those are the 3 players to watch. The Miami Dolphins are led by a quarterback who came from journalism, from Chicago Bears to journalism to retire to back quarterbacking for the Miami Dolphins and Coach Adam Gase. Jay Ajayi and also Devontae Parker out of the University of Louisville. Those are the players to watch. Moving along to the Bills and the Falcons. The Bills have a 23% chance to beat the Falcons in Atlanta in Mercedes Dome, new stadium. 77% chance to win the Falcons have. And just a quick few players to watch for, like I said, fantasy reasons and also to win the game. Tyrod Taylor, who's been playing pretty well. LaShawn McCoy and Jordan Matthews, who the Buffalo Bills acquired by trade from the Philadelphia Eagles. Matt Ryan, who we know is Matty Ice from the University of Boston College. Devontae Freeman, and the leading receiver for the Atlanta Falcons is Julio Jones. The next 1 o'clock game I'm going to talk about is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens. Fierce rivalry between these 2 teams. These 2 teams are the only teams in the division, the AFC North, who have won championships, Super Bowl championships. And the Steelers have a 55% chance to win this game on the road, and obviously what's left is 45% for the Ravens. So the leaders of the team are Big Ben, Ben Roethlisberger, and Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell has gotten into a slow start because he has taken some time off. He didn't go through OTAs, minicamp, training camp, and things of that nature. So right now, I guess his body is getting into football shape. Also, Antonio Brown is playing lights out just like he always is. Moving along to the Baltimore Ravens leaders, Joe Flacco has gotten off to a slow start. He really struggled last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the loss in London. They lost 44-7. Javarius Allen, who they known as Buck Allen, played his football in USC, and Ben Watson, not a receiver, but he has many targets there. He has Mike Wallace. He has Brashad Perriman. He has plenty of receivers, but as we know, when Dennis Pitta was healthy and in the lineup, he loves to throw the ball to the tight end. So Benjamin Watson is his new safety net. He scored the only touchdown last week in the loss against the Jaguars, as I said earlier, 44-7. Moving along, the Battle of Ohio is what I like to call this one. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. This is shocking. The Cleveland Browns are favored in this game. They percentage-wise, Cincinnati has a 49% chance to win this game, and Cleveland Browns have 51% chance to win this game. The Cincinnati Bengals are led by Andy Dalton, who started off slow but played pretty well last week, and the game slipped away and they lost. Joe Mixon, the second-round pick out of the University of Oklahoma, he has been playing well. He runs, he catch, pass protects. He's all-around back, but they have a committee going on there in Cincinnati where they use Giovanni Bernard and Jeremy Lane, and not to mention AJ Green. Very, very, very good catch radius, outstanding wide receiver, top 5, maybe even top 3 for some people. Moving along to the Cleveland Browns, who are looking to get their first victory, as is Cincinnati also. But DeShone Kizer, Isaiah Crowell, and also, once again, these guys have receivers, but a running back is their leading receiver, who is Duke Johnson. Moving along, the Los Angeles Rams travel to Jerry's World to face the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys just defeated a team in the NFC West last Monday night, which was Arizona Cardinals. The Rams have a 28% chance to win this game, and Dallas have a 72% chance to win this game at home. But starting off with the Los Angeles Rams, their leaders are Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, and Sammy Watkins, who they acquired in a trade from the Buffalo Bills. Dallas leaders are Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and Jason Witten. They also have other key members of their offense, such as Dez Bryant, Terrence Williams, Cole Beasley. I look for this to be somewhat of a shootout. Somewhat of a shootout. Whether or not it will be or not, I think it will. I think because Dallas defense is a little young, they lost some veterans due to free agency, and they got some young guys in the defensive backfield. And Sean McVay, the new rookie head coach, he loves to throw the ball. If Dallas is able to stop the run and make Los Angeles Rams one-dimensional, Jared Goff and Sean McVay can be in some trouble. I look for this to be a good game. The Tennessee Titans head west to face the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, shockingly, who won the division a year ago, are 1-2 at this particular point after 3 games. The Titans have a 58% chance to win this game, and the Texans have a 42% chance to win this game. The Titans are led by Marcus Mariota, DeMarco Murray, and Rashad Matthews. Moving along to the Houston Texans, they have a rookie quarterback starting for them who has been playing very well. He played an exceptional game last week against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Miller, and DeAndre Hopkins, who played his college ball in Clemson. The Detroit Lions are visiting the Minnesota Vikings, and the Lions have a 36% chance to win this game, and the Vikings have a 64% chance to win this game. The the Detroit Lions are led by and highest paid player in the National Football League, Matthew Stafford, Amir Abdullah, who is back and healthy and has been playing pretty well, and Golden Tate. The Vikings are in a little bit of a different situation. Their first game, they had their quarterback that they acquired in a trade from Philadelphia last year in Sam Bradford. But Sam Bradford, after that amazing game and how he placed the ball in receivers' hands in that game, basically in the breadbasket, he had some soreness in his knee, and he has missed the last 2 games. And he is out this week's game also. So Case Keenum out of the University of Houston will get the start again. Last week he played exceptional against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dalvin Cook has huge shoes to fill. AP ran the ball there for 10 plus years. And Adam Thielen is the leading receiver, along with Stephon Diggs out of the University of Maryland. So I look for this to be a fierce division rival game in Minnesota. Moving along, the Carolina Panthers versus the New England Patriots. The Patriots are the home team. These games tend to get a lot interesting. 23% chance to win this game has the Carolina Panthers, and 77% chance to win this game will be Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots. Cam Newton has not played as well, and they also, some staff members also haven't been quite honest with us because they said they wouldn't run Cam Newton no more, and he would get the ball out of his hands quick. But that hasn't been the case. They've been running Cam Newton in the red zone and short yardage situations and exposing the shoulder to further injury. I don't think that's a good idea for your star and your future and the guy who you paid a lot of money to lead your football team. Look at the situation that the Indianapolis Colts is in right now, who we'll talk about momentarily. But the Carolina Panthers are led by Cam Newton, Jonathan Stewart, and Christian McCaffrey, another running back who's leading the team in receptions. Calvin Benjamin has some soreness or swelling in his knee, so he missed the game, and I think he's questionable. Well, he missed some time in last week's game, and I think he's questionable this week. Tom Brady is the leader of the Patriots. Mike Gillislee and Brandon Cooks, who had an amazing catch at the end of the game last week against the Houston Texans, where Tom Brady and the Patriots won that game 36-33. Moving along to the Jaguars versus the Jets. Jaguars have a 70% chance to win the game, and the Jets have a 30% chance to win this game. I think this game will be very, very, very interesting for a couple of reasons, and I'll explain them in a second. But Blake Bortles is playing exceptionally well. He has only thrown 2 interceptions. Leonard Fournette is the leader at running back, and Allen Hurns out of the University of Miami is the leading receiver there. Moving along to the Jets, Josh McCown is the quarterback and leader of the Jets. Matt Forte and Jermaine Kearse, who was acquired by trade from Seattle. The Jets' key to me is Jamal Adams, who's the rookie out of LSU, to come down in the box and face his former teammate, Leonard Fournette. I think the Jets will need a lot of help out of Adams coming down into the box. Moving along to another division rival, 49ers face off against the Arizona Cardinals. 49ers have a 25% chance to win the game, and the Cardinals have a 75% chance to win the game. The 49ers are led by Brian Hoyer, Chris Hyde, Carlos Hyde, Carlos Hyde and Pierre Garcon. Garcon caught 7 balls for over 140 yards last Thursday, against the Los Angeles Rams. Carson Palmer started off well against Dallas on Monday night, and it kind of fell off. Chris Johnson didn't have a good game either, and also Larry Fitzgerald is the leading receiver for the team. Moving along to the visiting Eagles face off against the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Eagles have a 47% chance to win the game, and the Chargers have a 53% chance to win the game. The Chargers are winless. But let's talk about the Eagles first. Carson Wentz is leading the charge and playing exceptionally well in his second year. LeGarrette Blount came over from the Patriots in free agency, and Zach Ertz is the leading receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Chargers are led by Phillip Rivers since 2004-5-ish. Melvin Gordon, second-year running back out of the University of Wisconsin, and also the healthy Keenan Allen is the leading receiver. Moving along to the next game, the visiting New York Football Giants, who are winless. Surprisingly, they are winless at this particular point. They go into Tampa Bay to face Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But first, let's talk about Eli Manning. They have a 36% chance to win this game, and the Buccaneers have a 64% chance to win. And Eli Manning has thrown 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions already, and he has not even played 4 games. Sterling Shepard is the leading receiver because Odell Beckham has missed some games with an ankle injury, and Orleans Darkwa is the running back to watch. Jameis Winston will be leading the Tampa Bay charge, and Jacquizz Rodgers is the leading running back, and Mike Evans is the leading receiver. The next game is another division rival. The Oakland Raiders face off against the Denver Broncos, and after the shocking upset loss, traveled on the road to Washington, the Raiders look to redeem themselves against their division opponent, and they have a 42% chance to win the game, and the Broncos have a 58% chance to win. The Raiders are led by Dirk Carr, and Marshawn Lynch, the running back, and Michael Crabtree. Dirk Carr just threw his first 2 interceptions last Sunday night. The Broncos are led by Trevor Siemian at quarterback, and the running back is C.J. Anderson and Demaryius Thomas. Moving on to our next game is the Sunday night game on NBC, where the Colts travel to Seattle CenturyLink Field, where they have a 10% chance to win the game, and the Seahawks have a 90% chance to win the game. Both of these teams are 1-2. But first, we'll start with the acquired quarterback from the New England Patriots. Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback, and leader Frank Gore and T.Y. Hilton. Moving along to the home team, the Seattle Seahawks is led by Russell Wilson at running back, Chris Carson, and Doug Baldwin. Russell Wilson has been running for his life due to the lack of offensive line play, and the defense hasn't played well. They gave up over 25 points last week on the road at the Tennessee Titans, where they lost. The Monday night game is the Washington Redskins versus the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium. The Washington Redskins have a 26% chance to win this game, and the Kansas City Chiefs have a 74% chance to win this game. The Washington Redskins are led by Kirk Cousins, who was the NFC Player of the Week a week ago after the win and against the Oakland Raiders. He completed over 85% of his passes a week ago, and he threw for 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. The running back for the Washington Redskins who led is Chris Thompson, and also he's the leading receiver. Chris Thompson, very valuable. The Kansas City Chiefs are led by Alex Smith, longtime veteran Alex Smith, and Kareem Hunt, the rookie running back out of Toledo, who's averaging 10 yards a touch, and over 130 scrimmage yards per game, and also Tyreek Hill. This game will be played on Monday night on ESPN. I hope you all enjoy the upcoming week of football. Have a good day, and I'd just like to give a shout out to Adam Schefter on ESPN out of the University of Michigan. Thank you. See you all Wednesday.